Tony Khan's major mistake will lead to 34-year-old AEW star joining WWE. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone is having a nice day. Before we begin the video, please subscribe and give the video a thumbs up. Tony Khan has had his fair share of situations where AEW stars ended up leaving the company to go to WWE. This is in situations following contract expiry, release requests, and even one where the individual was fired. The same thing happens vice versa, and this has become something normal between both companies. This ends up being a gamble, as not many stars end up thriving after making a move. Some end up being less featured and getting lost in the mix. One name that has been highly talked about due to their absence from AEW is Britt Baker. She has not been seen in any capacity since November, despite there not being a substantial reason for her absence such as health issues. Her current situation could lead her to be the next to jump ship to WWE. Last Wednesday, Dynamite was in Pittsburgh. This show featured the fallout of All Out. Interestingly, the main event for this show featured Chris Statlander's first title defense, which was against Mina Shirakawa. Despite the show being in her hometown, Britt Baker was not spotted in any way, and she was reportedly not backstage for the show. This is interesting, as several stars, despite not being cleared for action, sometimes watch shows in their hometown as a show of support for the company. There was also brief speculation from the fans that with a women's match main eventing the show, Britt Baker could make her return, but this ended up not being the case. Last year, Britt Baker was in a blockbuster feud with Mercedes Moné that ended at AEW All In, London. However, her booking became very shaky following this. She was only seen in 2 more matches to close out the year, with the second beginning a 10-month hiatus from the company that is still ongoing. Fightful reported earlier this month that Baker has been maintaining good condition for in-ring competition. It seems that she just may be waiting to be utilized by the company. A few months ago, there was heavy speculation that Britt Baker wanted to go to WWE. There were even reports of looking for a way out from AEW and pushing for her release. These were all debunked, as both the company and Baker have never spoken about her leaving. It was reported back in July that the Tony Khan-led company is aware that WWE could go after Baker and immediately bring her in should an opportunity arise. Despite not yet using her, it seems that they don't want to let her go just yet. This is an interesting situation as several other stars, such as Ricky Starks and the Lucha Brothers, have gone through similar instances. There were no creative plans for them, so they had to wait things out till their contracts expired. Baker's contract is said to be running till next year. It remains to be seen whether AEW will bring her in before this year comes to an end. Enzo is a pro wrestling journalist at Sportskeeda, reporting on AEW. He is currently pursuing a bachelor's degree in multimedia studies, which influenced his decision of taking up sports writing professionally, and has been an avid fan of the athletic theater since childhood. He believes readers deserve authentic and unique content and aims to report in a manner which pro wrestling fans can easily relate to. Growing up, Enzo admired former world champions like AJ Styles, Will Ospreay, Bryan Danielson, Triple H, and Randy Orton for their finishing moves. As an adult, he started to appreciate their character work, as they juggled between heel and babyface gimmicks. If allowed to produce one final storyline involving his idols, he would have Orton lock horns with John Cena, would be their one last big feud as both of them seem to be approaching the tail end of their careers. Other than pro wrestling, Enzo enjoys keeping up with basketball, football, and Formula One. He also loves watching films, playing video games, and listening to music. Tony Khan's major mistake will lead to 34-year-old AEW star joining WWE. The wrestling world has been rocked by rumors and speculation following the latest developments in All Elite Wrestling, where a series of missteps by company president Tony Khan may have opened the door for one of AEW's top names to jump ship to WWE. Industry insiders and fans alike are pointing to a 34-year-old star whose frustrations have been building for months. And now it seems that a major mistake by Khan could prove to be the final straw. The relationship between AEW management and certain top-level talent has reportedly been strained due to creative direction, lack of opportunities, and inconsistent booking. Despite the wrestler being one of the company's most established names, many feel that AEW has failed to capitalize on their star power. Instead of pushing them into marquee storylines or major pay-per-view moments, the star has been caught in the middle of stop-start feuds, leaving both fans and the talent themselves disappointed. Sources close to the situation have indicated that this lack of direction was made worse by a critical decision from Tony Khan that sidelined the 34-year-old from a key main event opportunity. The move shocked many backstage and caused whispers about the talent's long-term future in the company, with WWE aggressively scouting for established names who can make an immediate impact. This situation could not have come at a better time for Triple H, and his creative team. WWE has shown in recent years a willingness to welcome former AEW stars and immediately position them in top-tier storylines, a stark contrast to how some veterans feel they have been treated in AEW. The 34-year-old star in question has long been viewed as a performer tailor-made for the WWE system, possessing charisma, athletic ability, and a larger-than-life presence that would thrive under the spotlight of WrestleMania and other global stages. Fans have already begun fantasy booking potential dream matches involving this wrestler in WWE, envisioning showdowns with the likes of Seth Rollins, Cody Rhodes, Roman Reigns, and others who define the current era of WWE. Should the move take place, it would not only be a massive blow to AEW, but also a statement of intent from WWE that the company remains the pinnacle of professional wrestling. Tony Khan's major mistake in handling this star could serve as a cautionary tale about the challenges AEW faces as it continues to balance a growing roster of talent with limited television time. If a 34-year-old star of this caliber decides to walk away, it could set a precedent for others who may feel underutilized and eager to explore new opportunities in WWE. The wrestling world thrives on moments of surprise and shock, and this potential defection could become one of the biggest stories of the year, with WWE always on the hunt for headline-grabbing signings. This situation has all the makings of a game-changer. Tony Khan's miscalculation may ultimately strengthen WWE's roster and alter the balance of power in professional wrestling, as the 34-year-old star looks ready to trade the AEW ring for the grand stage of WWE.